Hey everybody, Gary with Basecamp Trading. Let's take a look at gold today. You can see that we had this resistance line that we drew in. It's been on here for several days. And you can see this is our 240-minute chart. And you can see we came up here, we hit it here, came close, hit it again, came close again, hit it right here, made a pretty decent pullback, came up here, tested it, finally actually poked above it a little bit, then broke underneath it, and then actually closed above it. Big, nice bottoming tail, entire the body of the bar closed above it. So we finally had a close above this resistance line. We pushed up, we came back and tested it, see if we could make resistance support, and we did. Pulled down, made this resistance support, made a last kiss right off this line right here. Again, this bar opened right there, pushed down, left the bottoming tail, then the entire body of the bar was all buying. So this was a bullish bar, actually triggered in the bull flag. We had set up the bull flag on that doji right there. Break above 1855.60 triggered in the bull flag. Next bar was a nice follow-up bar, open right there, a little tiny bottoming tail, and then the entire body of this bar was all buying as well. Gold's getting a little extended now on this run. Haven't hit significantly overvalued on the 240s yet, but we are getting extended on this run from this low to this high is a little over $60. So that's a pretty good move in gold, but a nice bullish bar in today's action. This is what that looked like on our Renko chart. And right here is where we pulled down and made that last kiss, made that broken resistance support. And there's a couple different ways you could have traded this. You could see even as we were making these lower lows, look how we were building momentum. We were actually making higher lows on momentum. So while we were pushing down in price, we were actually pushing up in momentum. That was suggesting that there was potential for a trend change. The aggressive entry would have been a break above this previous pivot high, which was 1851.30. When we broke that, we were above the smooth 50, above the cloud. We had bullish momentum. Again, we had been making higher lows on momentum. Fast and slow line crossed to the upside. Our VSI crossed the 50 line, turned green. So when you broke above this pivot right here, you had bullish momentum, bullish VSI, and bullish price action on 240-minute chart. And again, that would have been your aggressive entry. Had you taken the aggressive entry, you would have ran that up per anywhere $400 to $600 per contract. Again, just depending on how you were trading that. We got the pullback, set up the wick off the 18, and this is when we were triggering that bull flag on the 240-minute chart. Your entry on that bar would have been 1855.20. Our first target was up here at 1860.30. So you would have had a chance to grab $500 on this initial move. Our bag number, bag being big, audacious goal, was up here at 1867.80. Now it took us a little while to get there. Gold pushed up, hit our first target. We made a pullback, set up another wick off the 18, and eventually drifted our way up there and finally tagged out at our bag number up here. So if you had stayed with the trade, you would have had the potential to grab close to $1,200 per contract. If you took the wick off the 18, that would have triggered in at 1861.50. So another chance to grab $500-$600 per contract on the additional move. Again, just depending on how you were trading it, but some pretty nice opportunities in gold. Again, could have grabbed $500-$600 per contract here. The setup was the perfect setup with the higher time frame triggers. Definitely would have grabbed at least $500 per contract off of this one because, as you know, if you trade in here, we trade to targets all the time. Had another wick right there. So again, a chance to grab $500 or $600 per contract additional. Now we're starting to get some bearish divergence here. we're extended. We've hit all of our targets, so definitely done with gold on the day. But definitely a nice opportunity based on a last kiss from our 240-minute chart. Those of you who trade time charts, we had some pretty nice setups off the 5-minute chart as well. Right in here is where we came down, made the last kiss on the 240-minute chart, and then right there was the break of that previous pivot high, at 1851.30. You broke above that, breaking above the smooth 50 in the cloud, pushed up, you set up a 5-minute bull flag. So if you didn't take the resistance right there, you had a 5-minute bull flag that you could have taken right there. That triggered in at 1855. Now your stop goes a couple ticks underneath that, so you'd had about a 20 tick stop or so, 21 tick stop on that. But yeah, nice push up off of that, 1855, depending on how long you stayed with that. I mean, you didn't even get a close back under the 18 EMA till up in here somewhere. That would have been around 1865. So, a chance to grab $1,000 off of that bull flag right there. Plus, in addition to that, you had some additional 5-minute flag setups along the way. We had our first target up there, our bag number overhead. So those who trade time charts, we had some nice setups off of the time chart as well. And you could see we had the same thing going on as we were pushing lower in price. Look what was happening with momentum. We were building momentum even though price was dropping. So again, suggesting a good possibility for a break back the other way. You can see that on the histogram right here off of this reversal doji, we actually had a bullish inflection, and so lots of opportunities on the 5-minute chart as well to take advantage of the last kiss in gold.